Good morning, everyone. It's Wake Up Wednesday. I do have a confession to make. I really didn't feel like waking up today. No, I just wanted to stay in bed. Just stay underneath those blankets and sleep the day away. Yeah, I'm tired. Had a lot of things I've been doing lately, but it's more than that. It's the news, and the way the news has, just messed me up personally, as it's messed a lot of us up. Being up here in the Buffalo area and having that mass shooting in the Tops grocery store so close to us, and so many of us, that's the store system that we do our shopping in, that became quite personal. And we grieve for those families that lost their loved ones. And then to have the same thing, a mass shooting by someone with an automatic weapon, an automatic rifle, an assault rifle, do the same thing in an elementary school down in Texas. It makes you want to stay in bed. Maybe for your own protection, but just because it's so hard to process all of that. Like, what is going on? And in particular, what's going on in this country, that such things happen time and time and time again. It makes me wonder, what would I do as the pastor down in that area of the country right now, as they, in the coming days and weeks, are going to be laying those little bodies to rest, and also that of the school teacher who stood in harm's way. What would I say? There's all the things that we as pastors, as Christians, one to another say, oh, Jesus, remember his words, I am the resurrection and the life. Yeah, we hang on to that. I go and prepare a place for you. Yes, thank you, Lord. Thank you for that promise. But at the same time, why this way? Why? What is wrong with us as a nation that we put up with this time and time and time again? I just don't comprehend it. Do we value our freedom to buy whatever kind of weapon we want over against the right for little 6, 7, 8-year-old kids to live? Do we value that right more than life itself for these youngsters? And not just them, but anyone who just walks into a grocery store. What is it that we allow this to continue to plague our nation? I've heard it time and time again, spoken over the airwaves in the last couple of days. Name us where else in the world this happens. Where else? Oh yeah, you might point to this and that, but not at the rate that it goes on with us. And we say we are a Christian nation, that we value our religious beliefs in God, in Jesus, and we allow this to continue? How do we do that? I think it's time for us who take seriously our faith in a God who calls us to be a light to the world, a God who calls us to be peacemakers, a God who calls us all to share love with everyone, regardless of age, regardless of what racial background you have, regardless of what sexual orientation that you profess for yourself. You know what? We are all made in the image of God, every single human being on this earth. And it's time that we start respecting that image and looking at people and seeing in their eyes, in their faces, the image of God, the image of Jesus, who said, hey, when you do it to the least of these, meaning offer that cup of water, offer food, offer assistance, whenever you do that to the least of these, you do it to me. We need to start doing that. Looking at each other and say, I value your life. I value your life so much, I'm willing to give up some of my rights to the stuff that I want to have. Listen, I have a lot of friends who are hunters. I grew up in a hunting family. I've got my share of deer. I do have to confess, I probably got more with my vehicles than I have with any hunting implements that I took out. But for heaven's sakes, who needs an assault rifle out in the field? Nobody does. Nobody does. And I enjoy being out in the field. I enjoy being out here underneath my favorite tree. And there's all kind of animals that's surrounding me right here. I've sat under here. I've watched deer. I've watched fox. I've watched raccoons. Possums. I've seen it all here. Turkeys. Turkey vultures. Yep, lots of them. They roost in some of these bigger trees along the fence line here. It's time that we start doing the right thing. Memorial Day is just a few days away. We are remembering and thanking God for the lives of those people who literally laid down their lives for us so that we can enjoy the freedoms that we do. But you know, sometimes to make life even freer and healthier and safer, there's certain things we just have to say no to. And now is the time to start saying no. Oh, it's past the time to start saying no to assault weapons in the hands of just ordinary people like you and me. We don't need them. That's for the military. That's for law enforcement. We don't need them. And when you take those things out of the equation, oh, there's still going to be shootings. There's still going to be people who fly off the handle and go out and buy some sort of a weapon and kill others, but not at the rate that it's happening now. God bless the people who are suffering right now because of the loss of lives, innocent lives, in all of these shootings that have recently taken place, but most especially down there in Texas right now. God bless us as we make our way through this difficult time and we decide, what is it that we are going to do, especially when we go to the polls, especially when we talk to our legislators. What are we going to do to make a difference in this world? Not so that we might live, but so that others also might simply live. God bless you in your journey through these difficult moments.